Well, it goes without saying, there are certain events, aren't there, that really do sort of signpost the time of the year. I'm thinking of Dubai Duty Free coming into the studio. You know that Christmas is just around the corner there. Global Village, that means that the social season upon us. And of course, GEMS Awareness Day. If you ever need a traditional curtain raiser for the new academic year, it is the GEMS Awareness Day. Absolute pleasure to be down here at the Atlantis for the latest one, the 25 edition, for the class of 25. And Dino Varkey, the Group CEO of GEMS Education, joining us as well. Dino, thank you first and foremost for your time. I know it's a busy time of year for you.
Thank you, Tom. It's a pleasure to be here.
And thanks for the opportunity as well. I mean, I've heard about Awareness Day a number of times. I've been in and around it, but I've never really taken a scope on the scale of Awareness Day. For those that don't know, it's GEMS' way of basically welcoming the new teachers to the GEMS Education family. Over 1,700 this year, which
Absolutely.
I mean is an extraordinary number, one of the biggest to date as well.
Absolutely.
Let's focus on the present and now. Put into context GEMS Education for us in 2025. Where are we at?
Look, I think we're seeing continued momentum within our region. I think we've all benefited from the economic tailwinds. That has naturally needed us to increase the number of school places that are available. So we've been busy building schools and school places and ensuring that we have the very best teachers available to be able to provide great education to our kids. So for me, it's been continued momentum. I think it's an interesting turning point with where technology is, and artificial intelligence and artificial intelligence impact on education is going to be incredibly pervasive. So we certainly want to make sure that in the work that we're doing, we're certainly leading the way in terms of the future of education and, frankly, the impact of artificial intelligence on our young people.
You laid out a number of them this morning with the new initiatives you're putting in place, the new sort of structure that you're putting in place with GEMS as well. And I don't want you to go through all of them individually, we'd be here all day, but what's exciting you most about this academic year as we get into it from a GEMS education point of view?
So you certainly alluded to some of the initiatives that we spoke about, whether it's Family First, Beyond 100, whether it's Determined Genius, Parent 360. All of these initiatives, we believe, are invaluable and, frankly, are designed to improve and enhance the quality of education that we can provide to our students. These are things that, frankly, are going to ensure that our young people are going to lead incredibly successful lives. And it goes beyond what we would think of as kind of getting to a good university, getting a good job. This is truly about them being able to live fulfilling, meaningful lives and actually contribute so much more to the community and the countries that they come from.
Dino, you've held the role of Group CEO since 2017, but look, you've lived GEMS throughout your entire life as well, continuing the Varkey legacy with GEMS. To that legacy, and a lot of talk about 6 decades, 66 years now in operation for the GEMS brand. But look at where it's come from to where it is now, and year-on-year growth and scaling, etc. From a business point of view as well, how do you deal with that balance, the legacy, the tradition, the values that we've talked about, and the need to scale?
Yeah, look, I think what I would say is, at the end of the day, a big part of what drives us is our purpose, right? And that's about providing a quality first education to every child. That's about ensuring that we're nurturing the genius in every single child. I don't think that stops at the portfolio that we've built today, right? If you believe that you're truly creating impact and positive impact in the communities that you serve, then why would you want to stop? So a big part of our growth, and of course growth is in our DNA, is actually driven by the fact that we want to continue to be able to contribute to the community, this nation, and frankly to the world. So that's essentially us in a nutshell.
Values do matter and continue to matter to this day. And I suppose we've talked about the present, we've highlighted the past as well and the importance of that. And interesting as well that your father mentioned, the turning point a little earlier on today. You've mentioned the next chapter in your speech as well. Let's talk future if we can.
Sure.
Because what is the future when it comes to not just GEMS education, but education and the challenges that you guys are going to face?
Yeah, look, I think as far as GEMS education is concerned, I think we alluded to some of it a little bit earlier. I think it's continued sort of investment and growth within the UAE. We will extend that to sort of beyond the region probably in a couple of years, but at the moment, certainly the focus is the UAE. As we think about education, and again, look, it is certainly an interesting time to be not just in the education sector, but in any sector, because artificial intelligence is frankly a reality that is impacting every single one of us. Do we think that the nature of education, at least in a brick and mortar setting, is going to be disrupted? No. But could it fundamentally transform the learning experience for our students? Yeah, we believe so. Could it fundamentally transform the way and the manner in which our teachers teach? Absolutely. And so, look, that's what we're certainly focused on at the moment.
And have been for so long with your investment into AI. Talking of investment, obviously a new class of teachers, as I said, over 1,700 joining the GEMS family this year. I was struck by the number of applications for those places a little earlier on when we were talking. I mean, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of applications for those places as well from over 30 countries. It just got me thinking about demand for people to want to come to Dubai, to want to come to the region to teach. What does that tell us about the region at the moment?
Look, I certainly think that we're in a period of sort of ascendancy as far as the UAE, Dubai, and the broader region are concerned. I think the pandemic and post-pandemic made it very visible and tangible to a lot of people, but we frankly are in what I would think of as an economic and social oasis in when we look at the rest of the world, when we're not necessarily 100% sure what's going on, right? And so I certainly think that's attractive. We certainly find that people want to come to this part of the world. When they get here, they're really surprised and enthused by what they're experiencing. So look, to our benefit, and long may it continue.
I'm going to wrap things up, but and don't take this the wrong way,
No,
Dino.
that's okay.
I'm going to use the F word if that's right. Why? Because I know a number of our viewers, a number of our listeners will be looking on, and the F word is fees, isn't it? Of course. And it's probably the one. I mean, if I could have a hot dinner for every time you get asked about fees, I'm sure I'd be a very, very full man. That's for sure. Fees and costs go hand in hand.
Sure.
Parents look at it from one point of view. School operators look at it from another point of view, and with costs escalating, as you say, with the booming economy here at the moment. How do I phrase this? Are you confident in the fee structure for 25-26 moving forward?
Yeah, I think, well, for 25-26, obviously we've had the benefit of announcements for 25-26. All of the regulators have announced their education cost index equivalent. What I would generally say that we still find that it's below what general inflation is for the rest of the economy. But look, at the end of the day, what we do is use that to reinvest in our teachers, right? The real driver of growth for this business is, frankly, new schools and new places, and fees just allow us to ensure that our teachers are looked after. On the point of fees, one of the things that I'm really proud of is that, look, we have an incredibly diverse portfolio that offers incredible choice to families, right? And we've got great schools, call it for $3,000 a year to $40,000 a year. And I'm really proud of the fact that we've been able to offer that choice to parents.
One last one, because I know, again, it'd be remiss of me not to ask about the new kid on the block, which is generating a little bit of chat online.
I'm sure it is.
3 letters, RSI, GEMS.
Or SRI even.
SRI, even. Get the right, Tom, not an insurance company, that's for sure. SRI, game changer. Why so?
Well, I certainly think that across every aspect of how you would judge a school, we're creating something that does not exist. Now, the infrastructure is sort of evident and will speak for itself when the school opens. But, the thing that I'm always really focused on is the caliber and quality of leadership and teachers that we've been able to draw to this school isn't something we would be able to do 5 years ago. It's truly exceptional. And then, of course, I think about the curriculum. The nature of the curriculum and how that's structured is something that we've never done in a school before. And I'd argue that there's probably only a handful of schools worldwide that have a curriculum quite as ambitious as this one. So, yeah, we're really excited. And look, we've been pleasantly surprised by just the response that we've had from families for the school.
So a great metaphor for everything that GEMS is trying to achieve.
I hope so.
Can't thank you enough for your time. I know it's a
Thank you,
busy
Tom.
time of year, as I mentioned. Enjoy the new academic year, yourself and all the team at GEMS, and thanks for your time.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
Cheers.